Yeah, I mean, just watching the...
and it's messy at the top with Durham coming away with the foul.
Yeah, just having watched the Spain-India game, obviously very high-scoring games. A lot of the flicks that they take at that sort of level is sort of at that awkward knee, hip height for the keeper, sort of within his reach, but sort of the power just beats the keeper there.
Definitely. So if you're Durham in this situation, you're a player down still, I think. How do you come away with it? How are we looking to outlet with the player down? What do you do?
Well, you just want to sort of keep the ball around the back, especially if Birmingham aren't pressing that highly there.
Field.
Long, lofty. Oh, yeah,
It's
sort
a
of
nasty ball going through the middle, isn't it?
Durham pressing quite highly there, just trying to play it through.
Great counter pressing from Birmingham there. It's a 2v1 here if we can find it.
It's a good pick from Durham defender there.
I'd love to see him play the ball inside square there with lots of space on the inside. Good hands, and again another turnover. It's getting quite scrappy here.
Charlie
Can we get
Dowds
some
with
sort
a
of
good
outcome?
bit of skill.
And unfortunately, I think that's Rutland not being able to find the foot in the circle. I think that's what he's going for there. Just pulling it under his body, looking to find that foot once he's in the D.
Got to get those outcomes, got to be clinical there.
Now that's the sort of ball into the pocket that is so good. If you can find
It's good
the air, if you can find the pocket with a really delicate and precise aerial, they have to give you 5.
Durham putting centre backs under a lot of pressure now.
This will test the skill of Mike Wood here. Can he find the pass
Mike
out?
Wood handling it quite well.
And unfortunately, just stumbling over the ball there. So it is Durham moving back into that high transfer. Good. And what you'd expect coming out, trying to go into a different channel there rather than persisting in a congested area. Ball played in.
Good ball in. Yeah, it's just all about, in Durham's position there, just moving the defenders around with that quick ball pace, creating no space in those channels.
And actually, what's so good about the ball there is he's changed the angle before playing the ball in, which means the defenders will be offset, so there should be the space there for his teammates. I think at this point in the game, we actually just want to settle, get some meaningful possession, and then look to go forward, because at the moment there's a lot of turnover, especially in that high part of the Durham half. Just settling down, getting comfortable, and having some meaningful possession would do Birmingham some good here. Just playing it out.
Playing it in and out of those screens just works really well.
Great ball pace there from Weaver, finds Sale. Can Sale play forward, decides to come back out again to Weaver. Space on the help side if they can find it.
It's really good ball pace in the transfer at the moment.
It's so important though, especially in that transfer, making sure we have good ball pace. Not giving any time for Durham to reposition.
It's a good ball. Good turn of pace from James Smith there.
That's one thing you don't want, giving James Smith that much time and space in the pocket to be able to carry, because once he gets up to speed, it's very difficult to slow down.
Very hard to keep up with him, especially when he's got that set of skills that he does. Just seeing Birmingham take...
Talk us through what just happened there.
Well, Weaver let the player get a bit too close to him there. Didn't move the ball on quick enough, got closed down, got put in the pressure a bit too soon.
Ideally, we really don't want to be going 1v1 at centre-back, do we?
No.
Ball played out onto this left-hand side. Durham in the back 3 position. There's space on that left if he can find it. Decides to play top D, messy ball in, and more recovered by James Smith.
Yeah, we seem quite detached. So our forward line pressing the Durham backline there seem quite detached from the rest of the team there.
It does seem like Durham going forward at the moment is these messy balls through, quite happy to play off mistraps.
Yeah.
And these sort of bobbling balls coming through. It doesn't really matter how it gets there at the moment, but as long as it is getting there. You can hear the cry of the Durham centre mid there, very content with the ball going backwards rather than forward.
It's all about just keeping the ball and not turning it over at this point for us.
Commentator's curse there, mate, I'm afraid.
Commentator's curse, yeah. The style of outletting that Birmingham use is all about building that pace up, building that time and patience, creating those opportunities and spaces.
I think what's so key though is that if we are in this sort of back transfer here, that if we can't go forward, we go the other way immediately rather than hanging on to it, trying to look for that ball forward too much and forcing it. Great pin by Camley.
It's that turn of pace Cam picking up in the middle. It's really Durham's midfield not being able to manage it.
Winning the foul just outside the 25 there. Birmingham ball. James Smith just pulling out, creating that back five shape. You see the shake of the head there from Johnny Fleck, just disagreeing with the umpire's decision to give a back stick.
Dropping back into that 60. Luke stepping out there. Lovely little chuck, but within 5 metres of the Birmingham defender.
That's a shame because that was a nice chuck down the line. Good pace on it, nice and flat. And actually that player was all unmarked, isolated on his own. So would have been quite nice to pick up there as a Durham forward. Ball played out to Mike Wood here. Space for Joe Farmer.
Smithy just a miss trapping it there.
Just unfortunate. Just needs a bit more care with the ball there if we are playing it into that pocket. Make it easy on each other. Be kind to our teammates there.
Yeah.
Give sympathetic passes. And then Vic just extending his arm there, showing you're not playing this aerial through me today.
Durham seem quite happy playing it round in the back though.
I think they need that, a bit more comfort on the ball rather than... Yeah, it just seems a bit hopeful at the moment, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a couple of transfers, bobbly ball through the middle.
There's outrageous pace from Camley through the middle here. Great elimination skills, but it seems like one too many at the moment.
Luke Mobley managing
just needs
to
be
keep on the ball there.
Beating that player, then giving the ball. Doesn't need to be the second.
Dropping back into that high transfer position. Just forcing that Durham attacker to move around a bit, making him tired.
And you can hear Mike Wood there just say, make him run, make him run. Can we isolate that centre forward and play a 2v1, 3v1 round him?
Yeah, it may seem like very boring hockey, but it works very well, just tiring out that attacker.
Because once that line is broken, you are 2v1 everyone on the pitch, making it a lot easier to connect with our teammates.
It also forces Durham, they become impatient.
Ball played out to this left-hand side here. Great work to press in that corner there.
Birmingham ball.
Ball played into the pocket. James Smith, first time ball to Camley.
Lovely
With 2v1 now. Cam can find Johnny Fleck. Great pace here going forward.
Just been dispossessed there.
Fortunately, just a little nudge off the stick of Johnny Fleck there. He's unable to keep control of the ball and Durham come away with it once more.
That was a really good first time ball from James Smith there though.
Just so crucial there, being able to play that first time ball requires just so much vision and pre-scanning before we've received, knowing where our teammates are, knowing where the opposition are on the pitch as well.
And that's when they get pulled off, they are so effective. You can just break through 1 or 2 lines quite easily with those first time balls through the middle. It's a good tackle.
And the Durham player just being forced to carry again, which makes it so much easier to manage.
Camley in space again.
Umpire not calling it, playing an advantage. Just seeing if there was anything there to play an advantage for Camley or Johnny Fleck there. Joe Farmer over the ball now. Ball played back out to centre back.
Good ball through the middle there. Great play from James Smith, taking on too many players though.
No, just a swarm of purple around him.
Just having to force that scramble. Like Durham are quite happy playing this counter-attacking hockey at the moment, just dispossessing us in the middle of the pitch like that. Good tackle there.
And that's where the turnovers do seem to be at the moment, in those little pockets of space, aren't they?
It's a good little 1-2 from Matt Morey and Ben Sale. Vic in that corner position in quite into last space. Morey just cutting inside.
Starting to come back out.
Yeah, it's just not getting caught in those channels. Just coming back out, help side.
Just being sensible and valuing the possession we have. Probably an ambitious ball played forward there. I'm pretty sure it was a foot, but here we go, we're 1v1.
Forcing Mike Wood back into that scramble position. It's good recovery there. That's the end of the first quarter, I think. Oh, yeah, that's the end of the first quarter.
Right, so quite a, I'd say a cagey first quarter.
Yeah, pretty end-to-end, sort of a lot of turnovers, just dispossessing in the middle. Not too many chances created there, to be fair. None of the keepers particularly tested. We had the one short corner, Birmingham short corner, that Weaver put down the middle.
I'd quite like to see just a more concerted, precise effort from both teams to keep meaningful possession, and actually can we work chances in that high transfer to gain outcomes in the circle.
What do you think Birmingham should be talking about now? What do they want to improve on?
Very good question. Just wondering what the wise words of Jamie are in that huddle there.
Yeah, our new head coach, Jamie Catchier.
I'd say that we're actually going 1v1 quite a lot, especially in that pocket. And if they can connect James Smith and Cam Lay to play 2v1 with each other in those pockets, that's where we're going to start finding lots of success in breaking through rather than going 1v1 against these Durham players.
Yeah. Don't think they want to rely too much on the dribbling through the centre of the pitch, though. I think what worked quite well was that transfer around the back, playing it into those screens, bouncing it back out, just creating that space.
So for anyone watching the live stream today, please go follow University of Birmingham Hockey on Instagram, TikTok and Twitter. Twitter will be posting loads of live score updates, and find on the Instagram loads of reels and content regarding fixtures, results and game day information.
It's been a relatively successful day so far for Birmingham Hockey, with the men's twos securing their place in the next round of the Vase against Brook Swans. I think it was 4-4 at full time. It went to flicks, didn't it?
Yep.
And then obviously the men's threes securing their final in the BUCS Cup place against Nottingham Fives next Wednesday.
Which is fantastic news. And then on the opposite pitch next to us, just before quarter two gets started, we have the men's fours and our men's fives in action against each other, which is proving to be quite a feisty game, with our fours sitting top of the table, needing a win and one more result. Just hear the cries of a short corner here, with the fours just winning a penalty corner.
As we go underway here, Josh Askew seems to have come on for James Smith.
Talk us through what Josh Ashey's going to bring in that centre mid role with Cam Lay.
I think pretty much everything.
Name something he can't do. It's just that furious pace he brings, especially when on the ball.
He's got a lot of determination in the game. He's got the stick skills, he's got the pace, he's got the fitness.
Durham playing it out to this right-hand side, starting to carry forward.
Vic with a good interception there.
Long corner signalled by the umpire. 31 over the ball here, decides to come out. There's space on this left-hand side if they can find it. Choosing to go back right again.
Birmingham seem quite happy in letting them in that high transfer. Oh, high ball into...
Oh, and that is very high as it gets plunged into Alfie Weaver's chest there from a slap. I don't know how he's got back up there from such ease. I mean, kudos to him. He seems to have brushed it off.
Doesn't want to miss any more Wednesday hockey. Good ball into the pocket. It's just that ball into Cam Lay again into those pockets. Durham not collapsing quick enough to stop Cam Lay from moving forward. Ideally what they want to be doing there is forcing him to come back round and bouncing it back into the defence.
Good interception there, found by Johnny Fleck. Good reach. And Durham come away, the 16. Johnny Fleck slapping his thigh in rage there as he couldn't quite get it under control. You'd expect him to go to air there and sort of look to eliminate as he was so close to the D. Unfortunately not being able to. Good collapse in there. Unfortunately, number 31 being clever about it, just playing it onto Matt Murray's foot.
That's what Durham needs to be doing more, is that collapsing in when they're pressing.
And actually, what they've done there quite nicely is, even though they were struggling under the full press to play out from a 16, just gaining a bit of territory there by winning the foot, and they can come out quite comfortably. Bit more ball post required there if we're going for the transfer, and picked up.
Just playing it through sticks, unfortunately.
Watching my live stream, Charlie, as they would know that we would try. Oh, it's a great ball through to Ben Sale.
Those diagonal balls cutting through the lines there.
And as I was saying, if they were watching the live stream, they'd know we were saying just to calm down, less turnovers, less scrappiness, get the ball under control.
In games like this, it's about just having that patience and just keeping that ball control. The goals will come.
Again, as we know, this is Durham 2s versus R1s. Durham 1s, of course, in the Premier League. Within the England Hockey League structure. All played out to this left-hand side here.
Will Durham be staying in the Premier League? I think are they third from bottom?
Again, with Exeter and a couple of others, they're in that bottom phase of the Premier League since it's been split. But still, you'll have some absolute quality players in this Durham 2 setup, with lots of players being interchangeable in that one squad, I imagine. So very much not to be underestimated, this 2s team here, despite playing R1's outfit. Ball played from centre-back to centre-back.
Vikram just looking to cut that transfer.
He's done really well to not allow that to go back to the other centre-back there. And
I hope for a little chuck from Mike Wood there.
I think that was slightly ambitious, wasn't it?
Yeah, slightly ambitious.
Trying to be maybe a little bit too cute in that area.
Yeah.
And you can see just Mike Wood and Vic doubling up there, just ensuring the player is not going down that channel, and Durham do decide to come out to this right-hand side here.
Birmingham looking to put a bit more pressure on the high transfer this time, pushing the centre-backs a bit further back.
And you can see Ben Sale just creeping forward.
Putting them under a lot more pressure now. Forcing the errors just like that.
Can he keep it on?
That was very good.
Can't quite keep it on. The ball was
forwards.
Bobbled out. Umpire stops time so he can recover the ball. Really nice there from that forward line of Ben Sale, Johnny Fleck and Vic, just not allowing that ball to be played. All going at one time is vital, rather than sort of an isolated press.
It's important that the rest of the team step with them, because otherwise those gaps get created, which Durham could quite easily play through. Mike Wood doing well to keep possession there. Good ball back from Josh.
Really clever there from Mike Wood, just knowing that if you have the ball, you're going to attract players towards you. And if those players go with you, there is going to be space somewhere else if you can find it. He did really well there to go into a space, play it back out, and there was space on the help side of the pitch.
Durham seems to be maintaining a fair amount of the possession this quarter.
They're doing well, with mainly the possession being between these sort of middle two quarters of the pitch here. Not much action in either D at the moment.
Yeah, Birmingham doing well to absorb the pressure. It's a good tackle from Josh Askew there.
Little hand on the back there. I think he's lucky to maybe not get a stronger whistle, but I think early in the game, actually, at the moment, the umpire's not going to want to upgrade it too quickly.
Well, because you just escalate things then, don't you? As soon as you set a precedent of giving cards, it just means you have to give more out. Link Mobley looking to go early there.
He's looking to get a little bit feisty. Just a nice little exchange between two players.
Durham opting for that 60 press now. Good, another first-time ball from James Smith there. Josh Askew exhibiting those skills.
Very clever hands, very nice.
Just creating that
Ben Sale with the shot.
Oh, unlucky.
And he's just got under, I think, probably a deflection taken from the Durham player's stick there. Yeah, with the umpire giving the long corner.
That's
really
where he's so dangerous, though. It's in that little middle pockets there where you can just use those 3D skills and that pace, similar to Camley.
I think that's where we're going to see the difference in class today with our midfielders, just being able to eliminate once in those pockets with lovely hands from Josh Askew there, eliminating. And then you just saw the panic as he carried forward with so many options going forward, choosing up top for Ben Sale there. He couldn't quite get the shot off.
He must have eliminated 4 or 5 players there. Alfie Weaver with a...
This is where you see the
D.
great scramble here. Great pace from Durham down the right-hand side here.
James Smith just staying in the tackle there.
James Smith giving chase.
James Smith did really well to stay in that tackle.
I think you heard the Durham players sort of complaining about that, but it's just 2 players competing for a ball there with physical challenges. I don't think there was much there, to be honest.
The Durham player lost possession. James Smith did not, barge into the player or anything. Did well to stay in that.
Did really well just to keep calm, actually. Ball played into the pocket.
So Durham not quick enough to get out of those pockets. Birmingham collapsing really well in on that press.
Actually, they'll be looking for things like that. Cues to press, so bobbling balls, slow ball pace, players who are isolated, looking for those sort of cues of when to press as a group.
It's very good from Alfie Weaver there, just keeping the ball, not panicking. Dunk looking to exploit that space.
So
brilliant
fantastic ball forward, with Duncan not being able to pick it up, unfortunately, but a fantastic offer and even better execution from Mike Wood there to play that ball.
Yeah, very hard to pick up those balls there, but that's really good vision from Dunk there. He left early, he saw that opportunity.
Just an outrageous ball to make.
It's a very good tackle from Nick Mobley. Chance here. Charlie Dowse, unlucky. Crossing over there. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Those sort of passes are going to be absolutely vital. Great vision from Mike Wood to be able to play that ball so far, so accurate. Unfortunately, Duncan not being able to pick it up. Durham coming back out now in this sort of back 3 shape, ball played out. Space on this right hand side if they can find it, decides to come back out to the middle.
Birmingham looking to come out of that high transfer again.
And that's actually much better from Durham, much better, having that patience to come out and round, out and
Josh
round.
Askew
Moving the ball.
Ben Sale just getting dispossessed there. Very good ball in there, and a short corner to Durham.
So Birmingham now going to take that 40 seconds, getting all the protective gear on. With Durham's first corner, I'm interested to see what sort of threats they have at the top of the circle. So, Charlie, what will Matt Cady be telling his fellow defenders here at a short corner?
Well, it's always hard on that first short corner to know what they're going to do, whether they're going to test the keeper, whether they're going to try a routine or not. They'll probably be looking to run that 3-1, put a lot of pressure on top of the D. They'll be expecting a flick, I imagine. Durham setting up with 3 castles by the looks of it.
Just keeping that uncertainty. Here you go, ball played out, third castle. It's a flick, great running
Very good
from
run from Duncan there. He's just got that pace to get out there and stop that drag flick. It's very rare to see a 3 castle setup though.
I was going to say, I mean, it keeps the uncertainty alive, doesn't it? For sure, when you've got 3 castles, I mean, where on earth is he going to be running to? But fantastic running from Duncan to be able to close down. As you can see, keeping that stick in line with him, nice and narrow, not allowing anything to be played through, keeping himself as a barrier. Really brave stuff.
Jamie being very vocal there. Chris Rutland's cutting off the high transfer. That's a good ball in. Well stepped from Ben Sale there, though. Durham are very happy just sitting in this high transfer, playing it round, not being put under too much pressure from Birmingham at this stage. Forcing the error there, unfortunate from Alfever there. Durham with a chance here. Good tackle from James Smith. Well out
played in.
Matt
It's
Cady.
messy. It's bobbling.
Messy hockey.
I think Weaver needs to be cleverer than that. Dumping the ball under his arm there, just being picked off and read really well by the Durham player. And I think actually unfortunate not to come away with some sort of foul in the circle there.
Yeah, I
because
think
it was very scrappy.
Matt Cady did well to keep control and pressure there.
And just hear the cries behind us of a men's fives goal against the fours there.
The fives are equalising now. Just that ball into Camley, unfortunately, mistraps it. Durham doing much better there to actually put Cam under pressure.
Vic looking to put the right back under pressure, ball play forward.
That's a very good tackle from Matt Morey. He's unlucky there.
And unfortunately, I think that was being played up for the first offence. Yep, it was Duncan
there, yeah.
Not Morey's tackle, unfortunately. So Duncan quick to get to the chair, so his time can start immediately.
Sort of quick to get everywhere, isn't he? I'm not sure that was worth a green card, to be fair. I thought that was
probably a little bit cheap, but
yeah,
maybe deserved.
I thought he did get a bit of the ball there. So Birmingham not putting as much pressure on them now as they're one man down.
It's a great ball forward if you could find the player. Now, as we said before with the error rule, you must give the player receiving the ball that distance. So if you can find a player precisely in the circle and the defenders aren't giving them 5, then it will be a foul and it will be a corner. So a great way to get an outcome if you're precise about it.
That's
Good
very
turn
good
by
from James Smith.
Smith.
It does seem that when we play into the middle, there's not much support for the players there. James Smith sort of going at it alone against 4 Durham players there. I mean, obviously it works very well when you can pull it off, but should not be just relying on one person to break through one line like that. It's a
Love
very
to
good
see
slider.
Raj getting on the ball a bit more in that right half position and connecting with players like Vic, like Flecky. And as Birmingham are a man down, like Durham were before, it's about just managing this time and making sure we don't concede. Can they hold out under this sort of pressure from Durham? And it's a double turnover again.
Morey doing well to stay
You
in
can
that.
hear Johnny Fleck just asking for the free hit, not really wanting the advantage in this position. And I'd probably have to agree with him. Like, when the umpire looks to play an advantage deep in your area, it doesn't really give you much advantage. Can we have the free hit, please, so we can then get under control a bit more?
You'd much rather force Durham back into their press and, you know, look to use that chuck. Raj being dispossessed there. Flecky doing well to get back. Good pressure from Morey.
That is a lazy tackle, though, just sort of dangling the stick, not really meaningful. Players starting to get a little bit tired now, especially a man down, having to work that much harder. Ball played down. Nice little interception by Farmer. Ball played into the circle. Durham on the ball.
Durham do something here. Oh, I think that's come off of Cady's pad.
That has. Ball played roughly to the P spot. Ball played towards goal, and Matt Cady doing really well to keep it out his goal. You know. So, joined briefly by Jacob J. Raj from the men's threes.
Star player today.
Star player, really? Yeah, like we said before, keeping calm. And Birmingham back up to full strength now. with Dunk back on the pitch. You can see him over at right half now, with Raj replacing him on the left-hand side. Ball out to him now. Can we play forward? Yes, we can. Vital interception by number 89 for Durham, with Matt Moore on the ball.
Raj calls for the ball himself.
I think that's so important as Raj received, looking to play forward as soon as possible.
Commentator's curse.
I'm keen to see that more when we receive at half-back. Can we play forward immediately with balls to space down the line for our forwards to pick up? Because if we can, we've got quick forwards who love to eliminate.
Great composure from the boys at back.
Birmingham looking really quite comfortable now, actually. Just keep moving it, keep having that patience. Ball turned over though.
Counter-attack.
Ball coming over the halfway line now. 58's doing really well to keep hold of the possession. And that's what's going to make the difference at the moment, is rather when we turn the ball over, not having it be a double turnover, where we're turning it over again and again and again, and it starts to get a bit scrappy. And that's what the Durham 58 did really well. They're just keeping composure, keeping the ball, valuing it. And that wraps up the second quarter in this Vase game between Durham 2s and the University of Birmingham 1s. Additionally, on the opposite pitch, we have the half-time ending. And Jacob's going to tell you the score now of the men's 5-4s game.
It's currently 1-1. Huge upset for the Fours.
It is a massive upset for the Fours, who are their BUCS league leaders at the moment.
Yeah.
So to be going
Not for long.
after a draw with our 5s, they will not be very happy. I mean, 5s must be absolutely delighted.
Big night out for them.
So Jacob, as the Birmingham coach, would you be happy with that second quarter?
I'd be happy. I thought it was a big improvement from the first one. Yeah. They're starting to compose themselves a lot more, keep the ball a lot more.
Look much more comfortable on the ball, but actually with Durham having quite meaningful possession as well, would you say?
And some counter-attacks.
Some counter-attacks and actually gaining outcomes in the circle. Quite a lot of de-entries and actually managing to get that short corner with it not quite coming off with Dunk running it down, but it's looking much more promising from the away team. As we've said before, if you are watching the live stream, do go follow University of Birmingham _HC on Instagram. Find us on TikTok and Twitter as well, with all the live score updates, results and game day information. So as Charlie was saying before, a massive win for the men's threes. Jacob, talk us through
Huge win.
the game and how it happened.
Yeah, because we started off completely dominant for like the first 20 minutes, and then something clicked. They started pushing more men up, started getting more counter-attacks. They got a few goals, 2 goals, and then we went into half-time a bit demoralised, but we kept our heads up. And then once we came back out, we knew we were winning. Just went at them completely, full press, everything.
It's such an important turnaround in that half-time talk. What was said by Captain Charlie Camp at that point?
The main thing he said was keep your heads up. We've been here before. You know, Loughborough Falls were 1-0 down. Came back to destroy them, I think. Yeah. He said, just keep composed. Let's keep the ball. Let's watch that high round. Yeah, it worked out in the end.
Wise words, especially I'd be saying probably similar messages at this point in this match between Durham and Birmingham. Just keeping our cool. We know exactly what we need to do. Okay, and just making sure we're calm on the ball and taking time to compose ourselves.
My husband's watching it live as you're doing it.
We also have a fantastic big game next week as well with our the two teams meeting. I think
Which one's the ball now?
with you.
Very, very exciting game.
Okay, I'll do that. How did you know? Is the screen connected?
Getting frustrated.
As he has just made sure his side are down for 2 minutes with Durham in this high transfer now, probably looking to exploit that one-man overload. There is space on this right-hand side if they can find it. Ball played out to the other centre-back. Into the pocket and out again. It's got to be a bit more precise than that when playing back out. Keep the ball flat. That's a fantastic pass forward, nice and incisive. 2v1 at the top, he delivers forward.
Oh, that's a very good ball in there.
Unfortunately,
Just wide there, just wide.
really needed to open up his stick there rather than close off the angle. Just allow the ball to roll off his stick, letting the ball pace do the work there. Doesn't need to put too much on it. With the ball being delivered, having enough. Much better from Durham though, with an incisive ball forward.
Not looking to press too highly. I thought they would potentially go into that full zone to exploit the fact that Birmingham are down to 10 men. Birmingham quite happy. Duncan and Mike Wood just happy to ping it between them.
You would expect that full press being a bit more aggressive and sort of taking the game to Birmingham now with the ball rolling off.
Joe Farmer just tapping it off the side there. Durham looking to go quickly.
Exclamations from the Durham bench, really happy with that turnover there. Umpire just pulling it back. Birmingham back up to full strength now with Vic coming on for Alfie Weaver. James Smith closing down the ball. They're doing really well. Good turn inside, playing it to the help side. Well found by Durham there. Ball played to baseline. Dunk picking it up well. Good elimination.
Good from Ben Sale.
Now we can break at pace with Vikram on the ball.
Vic quite isolated here.
On his own. Ball picked up again though, but done well to keep possession. Looking very much on his own there.
Doing well to absorb the pressure though. Just quite happy letting Durham sit in that high transfer.
As the highest player on the pitch there, how are you going to get the ball?
Oh, that's a very good.
How are you looking to get the ball forward if you are the highest player on the pitch on the ball? What sort of things are we looking to do to make sure we can get players ahead?
Well, you've got to create that height, so it's about picking up the ball in Vic's position there. It's about recognising where Vic's going. It's about supporting him. And just that little drop ball behind, tapping, it works so well.
Doing really well. I'm fully committing to score.
Yeah.
In that case, it's so difficult for the keeper.
You've got to have full trust. Yeah, you've got to have full trust in your flicker there as well, to not take your head off.
Absolutely. Just being comfortable in everyone's abilities, knowing that that ball is going to be played hard and flat right to your stick.
That's a very good tackle, very good teamwork there.
Birmingham 1-0 up now, and you can sense maybe a shift in momentum as we start to
Just
turn the gears.
That eagerness to take that advantage early on. Good play there.
You can see the speed and the comfort on the ball now after that goal.
Flecky just resetting the ball, sending it back round.
Actually, the energy from the bench as well is lifted with Jamie.
It's just that initial breakthrough. I think it's all about that patience. It can be quite frustrating, but once the goal comes, then that momentum starts to build.
It just settles the nerves as well.
Yeah. It's important now not to, turn the ball over in silly situations.
Yeah. How will we consolidate with meaningful possession and perhaps another outcome? Ball played flat.
Brilliant ball in from Dunk there. Looking for another short corner.
That was Joe Farmer actually.
Was that Joe Farmer?
Playing it in on the backhand.
That was a brilliant ball. Kept that nice flat pace.
Such a difficult skill to actually on the move, off the back foot, playing it low and hard across the D. And a decent length as well. It's an outrageous piece of skill.
Be playing on the minds of Durham now. Will Birmingham opt for another routine? Will they go for the straight flick? They've shown that they can use that routine quite aptly.
Keeper probably quite unlucky there with playing it into his own player, but nevertheless a short corner.
Weaver and Joss Askew setting up from the top again.
Duncan resuming his rightful place.
Time just being stopped as Durham take their time putting their protective gear on.
You can see Johnny Fleck complaining about the lack of urgency there from the Durham.
Johnny Fleck in on that right post now. This looks like a straight flick they're setting up for.
Little shift at the top, ball play to Weaver. Weaver goes low.
Oh.
Ben Sale again on the floor to scramble in front of goal with the Durham player just diving along the floor. Umpire signalling for that long corner.
Sort of a similar routine, bit of a different variation on it. Nearly very successful, just clattering off the post there.
Again, Ben Sale with that vital touch in front of goal, but it not coming off this time. Ball with Mike Wood now, plays it forward.
Putting them under that pressure again.
Good elimination from Farmer. Does really well. Great hands at the top there.
Apparently there's no commentary on the live stream at the moment. Just... Oh, is it fine now? Okay. Vic just making sure, putting his stick high, trying to stop that flick. Oh, he's done well there to close that down.
Not necessarily going to stop the aerial, but just threatening that I'm covering this space.
Just letting him know that they're anticipating that aerial as well. Just putting it off the side there, just putting him under that pressure. Durham looking like they're starting to fold a bit more now. Birmingham applying a bit more pressure there. It's really
settled, more comfortable.
It's just really important now, Birmingham, just to keep that ball. Just don't give Durham any chances here.
That's a really nice rotation of players through. As you see Mike Wood rotating into that centre mid position for James Smith, and just
That was a very good aerial though.
again you can see the arms open wide from number 53, begging for the ball on this left-hand side if they can find it, deciding to go to air instead.
Durham just using those little chucks. I think that's quite a harsh decision from the umpire there.
Did look like Matt Murray was holding that space.
Yeah, it did go past the Durham player as well.
And umpires often opting for the defender's position, especially when taking down aerials as well, because they tend to be holding that space rather than moving into it.
I think there's quite a lot of
Ball going high, good chuck forward.
into that. That was good from Joe Farmer there. It's
Whether
just
this-
about closing down that space. Whether he was 5 from the attacker or not.
Looked like both players competing for the ball there, to be honest.
Yeah.
You can see the umpire signalling for that. Ball played out to Mike Wood here. Over to the left.
Raj.
Can he play forward? Decides to come out again to this right-hand side.
They've really settled in now, Mike and Alfie.
Ball played out to Joe Farmer here.
That was
Little stick tackle
bit
before.
of a stick tackle.
Playing quick.
Birmingham taking a lot more possession now. That's brilliant from Raj. Unfortunate there, Luke Mobley. He's in a great position, just couldn't quite trap it.
Ideas right, execution just off in that case.
Birmingham now opting to use that full zone, looking for that second goal. Durham's only way out of that full zone at the moment is that little chuck.
It's a strange decision not to go to the help side there,
Yeah,
rather than sort of
a
just
lot of
chucking
space
it.
on this help side.
Just talk us through the difference between the ball side and the help side of the pitch, Charlie.
Well, the ball side, is currently on the opposite side of the pitch. There is, where the ball is currently being played. Help side is where all the space is. So where Durham's 89 is currently, all this space over here is what we call the help side.
Probably where all the help can be found, but they're
yeah.
not playing out
Currently
there at the moment.
not looking to use that transfer, looking to use those little chucks. Birmingham doing well to respond.
Yeah, sort of playing into congested areas. Birmingham looking to exploit both sides of the pitch. And with the aerial threat.
That's a
nice long ball through with Flecky picking it up in the middle. Plays back out to Matt. Mike Wood over the ball now. Plays over towards Raj. Can he... Bobbling reverse played in. Picked up there by Mike Wood comfortably. Camley using his pace on the outside here just to get the ball away. And that is high into the Durham player, so they will have possession once more.
Camley very easily getting out of that quite tight situation.
Good, and again, with Birmingham having the overload, you would look to see them move the ball quick, at pace, moving from one side to the other, trying to exploit spaces on both sides of the pitch to be able to play forward. Can they find that 2v1?
Duncan here in quite a lot of space. If they play it around quickly, look to exploit that.
It's really important though, when they are transferring the ball, they are going to half-back. If it's going from centre-back to pocket, you're not going to get the same movement of the press you would if you are playing out to the left or right half.
Josh Askew doing well to just keep calm under that pressure, just bounce it back out. Great ball into the middle there to James Smith.
Good elimination skills. And you can see here, Birmingham are in that back three position with Duncan taking quite a high position up on the pitch.
It's a very skillful midfield they have currently. Weaver in with that
It's a nice ball played forward.
great ball into the
Flecky
middle
can't
there.
quite keep it under control and Durham come away.
Almost not expecting it, I don't think.
Trying to find his foot, but Flecky being really careful to make sure he gets his stick on it.
Oh, Josh Askew doing
Again,
well
another
there.
turnover. Good
Dowsey
skills
in
by
space
Charlie
here.
Dowse.
Dowsey in Durham ball for a lift. I think it was lifted there into one of the Durham players above knee height.
I would like to see a bit more patience there in that high transfer. Just continue to move the ball. It's when you get into that second, third and fourth play that it really starts to kill the opposition.
Duncan doing very well there to just step onto the player. A bit of clattering of sticks through there.
I mean, good jump back from number 34.
Vic just putting them under that pressure, forcing that ball through. Durham in quite a lot of space now. Birmingham needing to
And back up
scramble
to full
back.
strength with their player coming back on after that green card for dissent.
That's a nice word, dissent.
Thank you. Breaking out all the double point Scrabble words today for the live stream. Got to be done. Ball played out to this left-hand side here.
Johnny Fleck just applying a bit of pressure.
Forward. Got to recognise that quicker. We can't play forward. Let's go back out to the other side, find the space.
Bobbly
Doing
ball.
well to keep that under control. His centre-back not being the kindest to him. High ball, under control by Weaver.
Well out.
And you would look here to step out.
Looks as though they're just looking to use that 60 press again. Ben Sale stepping out a bit there.
No space on this side here.
That looks like it went off. Captain Flecky.
In the distance, we're going to hear old Joe chiming. A fitting noise for a Birmingham home game.
I think Birmingham are looking to just not take too many risks at this point. Just they're quite happy with the 1-0. But Durham on the break here though. Mistrap on the inside there. Duncan doing well to just get that free hit. Weavers don't seem particularly eager to get going. I think they'll probably just look to run down the clock at this point.
Ball played into that pocket once more. Back out to Mike Wood. Decides to go to the left, Joe Farmer. Back out centre back again. Important we keep the ball moving, we keep the ball pace high. Make Durham work for it.
Just noticed Dunk's got quite a nice new skin fade. It's probably what gives him the speed. It's all that aerodynamic.
More streamlined for it, surely.
Yeah.
Great hands by Farmer there, but getting a little caught on the ball there.
Vic doing well to just get behind the ball again. Just making himself known.
Applying pressure to the ball, but also making sure we get numbers behind. Just so important upon that transition. Can we get pressure to the ball
That's
carrier?
a good
Can
ball
we get
in from
numbers
Durham
behind
there.
the ball?
Getting very heated.
Ball restarting over on that left-hand side. Skipping on this lovely AstroTurf. You see the sprays of water.
Just Birmingham just looking to keep that possession. They're just doing well to keep the control. Just keep the ball around the back. They're quite happy.
Keep making that
James
player
Smith.
work, because as soon as he's isolated, there's going to be space somewhere else, and it's important that we recognise it and find it as quickly as we can.
That's a good tackle from Luke
there.
Mobley. Space is opening up
Here
there.
with Vic and Rutland. Great elimination skills forward. Plays
Oh,
it forward
that's
to Rutland.
brilliant from
Can he get a
Vic.
little touch? Plays it into the keeper. And that is an audacious little lift in the middle of the D under pressure by the Durham player.
That's a very good bit of skill from Vikram there. Oh, Duncan with a hopeful hit there.
Now, if you're Rutland in the circle there, ball played forward to you by Vic, and you're 1v1 with the keeper, back to goal. What are you doing? He looked like he tried to play the ball between his legs with some sort of little cute touch. What would you be advising instead?
About dropping a shoulder, I think. It's all about deception with the keeper. Obviously, he can't see the ball because your back's to him. Just drop of the shoulder, go one way. Bit of deception in there. That's all you need, really.
These people are covered in foam as well. Mobility is not their strong suit.
Yeah.
Make the keeper move. Great pace forward by Birmingham here. Ball play forward again on the baseline. Ball across goal.
Oh, that was a
save by
great
the
save.
keeper. It's bobbling around.
Birmingham again, just
Cam on the ball forward again. Ball across goal. Umpire gives the long corner.
that's a great save from the Durham keeper there.
Very much keeping them in the game at the moment. Durham slow to get out. Ball played back to Mike Wood again. They're going to keep making that number 16 work.
Goal
Have
here
the
now would
patience.
really secure it for them. Yeah, the number 16 working really hard
Ball
to.
play forward to Raj on his own. Ball played into the D forward.
Nice little bobbly ball in there.
Got to be so careful there. The umpire's so quick to give free hits, especially if it's in the D to the defenders.
Yeah.
Not looking to play advantage in the D. So got to be really careful. We're not giving free hits away cheaply with silly little stick tackles that are going to mean they get possession back.
Durham looking to use those chucks again, unfortunately just off the side of the pitch. Opting again not to use the help side.
Again, I want them to be more precise than that. It seems like these chucks aren't with much
Not quite as
intent.
good as mine.
Played out to the right. First time ball
good
forward.
ball
Play to
from
Dunk.
Weaver.
Can he use his pace forward now? Can he connect with Ben Sale?
That's very good from
And
Duncan.
Luke, yes, he can. 2v1 here. Corner again. The boys are peeling for a short corner there. I think they would be quite lucky to come away with that.
Very
Didn't
good,
look very
good little drawbridge there to Luke Mobley. Just getting in that good positioning.
Explain what just a drawbridge is for anyone at home watching who's unfamiliar, mate.
We're sort of playing it, so in that position there, Duncan on the line. It's the player who's closest to Duncan, just allowing the ball to go through him to the player behind. Almost a bit of a dummy almost. Just a fancy word for it really.
Ball
Duncan
played
opting
in.
for the first time slap there.
A lot of raz on that.
Yeah.
I think you'd be lucky as a forward to be getting that under control and getting something away at goal. Nevertheless, could have been a good idea.
Seems like there's some discontent.
Oh no!
Opting
time is
to
stopped.
no, I think they're opting to take their keeper off and play on that extra outfield player.
So it is 11 outfield versus 10 with Matt Cady remaining in goal for Birmingham. Mike Wood just telling the boys to keep narrow.
It's a really tough choice for
Protect the
Birmingham
middle.
now. Do Birmingham sit off, absorb the pressure, or do they go for that full zone and go for that goal now? Because obviously, as soon as they get into the D, any sort of shot, very high chance of
I
going
think the
in.
responsibility actually lies with Durham here to make sure they don't give possession away silly. They're careful on the ball. They're considered about how they look to outlet and make sure they don't turn the ball over in key areas on the pitch just on the halfway line. Now they keep the ball moving.
They know that Birmingham have got some very good pace in the team here, so they've got to jump back quickly.
I don't understand that choice to go 1v1 when you've taken your keeper off. You're 2v1 everywhere on the pitch. Keep the ball moving.
Weaver just looking to exploit that. That's a brilliant chuck. Flecky doing well to keep it on the pitch. And that's another example of the 5 metre rule coming into play there.
So Durham will look to get bodies in the way here.
They will just have to stack the D. Flecky looking to exploit that early.
Birmingham will just look to play it in, win some sort of...
Unlucky
If
from
the
Vic
ball
there.
finds a Durham foot in the circle, you would like to think that it would be game over with no keeper in the goal.
Well, then you just keep it simple. Just go for a powerful flick. It's very unlikely they'll be able to stop that. Flecky
great
doing
win.
very well. Flecky here, 2v.
Turning on the afterburners here to get ahead of the ball. Coming out, looks to try
Durham
and play
defender
across to
doing
Vic.
well.
Unfortunately finding the Durham players stick there. And this is where Durham could be quite dangerous. This is on that double turnover. Once we've committed players forward, and they've got that extra man as well.
It's important for Birmingham not to get sucked into the fact that they don't have a keeper in. So it's very easy to just get too focused on the fact that you want to, push very high, break early and things. But it's not leaving yourself exposed for that, that extra player that Durham have to really take advantage of that space.
This is true. Don't be seduced with the fact that there's no keeper in goal.
Yeah.
Don't become goal orientated here. Manage the game. Keep control.
Durham actually using the left-hand side for once. Good tackle from Matt Murray.
It's scrappy.
Coming
Durham
away
keeping
unlucky
possession
there.
here.
Durham really needs to exploit this.
Number 18 over the ball. Takes it all the way up to the dotted line. And was Ben Sale the requisite 5? He was not. Protesting to the umpire's innocence.
Claiming that Ben Sale here is claiming that the umpire said that he was 5 metres. I'm not sure the Durham player showed any sign of stopping the ball there.
Ben Sale looking particularly disappointed with the lack of communication from the umpire about his distance. But again, it is his responsibility to make sure he is that far away.
It's very frustrating.
Big huddle from Durham here. You have to say, you'd look...
Wonder how many castles they're going to set up with now.
You would like to think they would work some sort of variation here, given their lack of success direct from the top. With the Birmingham players just popping on their PCD gear.
I think they're opting for the 4 castles again, but this time they've got 2 runners from the right-hand side.
Little shift at the top from 49.
Oh, complete mistrap there.
Fortunate trap. And that is a blessing and a curse with this lovely turf, is that it is going to bobble if not trap well.
Weaver looking quite frustrated he couldn't go early there. That's a good chuck though. That's a very good chuck.
Great chuck. Ball picked up. Can it be
Can
picked up
Vic
by
keep
Vic?
it in?
Vic isolated on his own in that corner there. 1 against 2 with the Durham players.
Be good to see them get an outcome here.
And that wraps it up here. That is the end. Full time here. We're with the University of Durham against the University of Birmingham. With the University of Birmingham coming out 1-0 victors in the contest.
I think quite a close game in the first half, but I think in that second half Birmingham were truly dominant there.
Indeed. Thanks so much for joining us. Remember, find us on all the socials for the game day updates, results and fixtures. And thanks so much for watching.